You got it recording?
Mm-hmm.
It's recording?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
Took you long enough.
I'm old, give me.
That's about where I had it to begin with, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Your tummy's showing.
I know it.
That shirt's too short.
I know. I can't help it. The belly just doesn't want to hide every once in a while.
Oh, it's a bold belly.
Right.
Hello, friends. I have in my hand one of Grandma Patsy's, that was my mom, hand-knitted dishcloths that has been assaulted. I bought some yarn that is a contrasting color, and I am going to fix this so that it is usable again. And I hope it doesn't get torn up again. I've never seen a dishcloth torn up that badly. As soon as it starts tearing up, you stop using it, and it's easy to fix a small hole. Oh well, that's that. I will work on that later today. I will. We were talking about the neighbors that we had in that house on Red Mile Road. You weren't with me then, Jack, were you?
No, I wasn't.
No. I'm not used to living under is that what it's called? HMO? No, that's an insurance thing. Oh, what is it when your neighborhood has a HMO?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Homeowners Association?
Homeowners Association. HOA. See, I can't do is it an anagram or an algorithm or whatever it's called when you get the initials together? I can't do those things without doing the whole words first. Like when I was in organic chemistry, I could never remember NMR until I made my own set of words, neurotic monkey revolution. Then I could remember it. But if I remember the words neurotic monkey revolution, then I could remember NMR. I even put that in one of my papers that I put. We were working on the NMR, which stands for something molecular resonance, nuclear molecular resonance, I think is what it really stands for. And then I put it in parentheses, not neurotic monkey revolution, as some students have postulated. Some students was me. And the teacher put a smiley face on it. She was brilliant. I had the most brilliant professors in my chemistry classes. The professor for OChem, and the professor for honors biology, and the professor for general chemistry and quantitative analysis. The one for quantitative analysis died a couple of years ago. It's upsetting to me when people die that I didn't know they died until long after I knew they died. Like one of my cousins texted me, this is many years ago, this was about 10 or 12, 15 years ago, and was wanting to get together. This is a first cousin. I mean, people, your first cousins you should know and talk to occasionally. Sophie Sue, I take your chewy bone down on the floor, please. Thank you. So my first cousin was contacting me and saying, we should get together or something, yada, yada, yada. And I said, well, check on Ruthie and see if she can. And she said, honey, Ruthie died several years ago. And I'm like, how did a cousin of mine die? She's only like 1 or 2 years older than me, and I didn't hear about it. I got real upset at that. And recently I tried to look up one of the kids that I had a relationship with, a healthy relationship. So this kid, Toby, on his birthday, 15th birthday, his family, he did something wrong and they grounded him and said he wasn't going to have a birthday party. And I'm like, what? So I said, is it okay if I take Toby out for his birthday? And they said, oh yeah, we trust you. You can do almost anything you want with our kids. And I'm like, trusting, but I am trustworthy. There is that. I mean, ask my dog. She knows I'm trustworthy. I don't know why this dog has bonded with me instead of with Jack. Jack's a nicer person. She snorted. You can snort full volume. Now she's rolling her eyes at me. But this dog has bonded primarily with me. Right now she's chewing on her rawhide chewy bone. Good dog. She's one of the prettiest dogs I've ever seen. Where was I? I was talking about Toby, right?
Yeah.
So I took Toby, and I had made arrangements with a friend of mine that was a police officer. And when he was off duty, and I took Toby to an indoor shooting range. And my friend, the police officer, worked with Toby for about a half an hour, showing him how to safely handle the pistol and how to shoot and what the safety, Toby had the time of his life. And when we finally left there and we got in the car, and he said, I thought this was going to be boring. I thought you were going to take me out for pizza or something. And I said, Toby, that's me. Toby's dead now. I don't know what killed him. I know that he was having trouble with drug addiction. I know he'd been in juvenile. I don't know what killed him. I suspect it was something with drugs. Anyway, I was talking about something else before I got off on that. What was I talking about, Jack? You don't remember where I started with that, do you?
No.
Oh, I was talking about the HOA. Our next door neighbor was really one of these people who liked things fancy. Oh, here comes Paul. I wanted him to hear this story too. Paul, hurry up and get in here so I can tell this story and you can hear it too. Sophie, Sue, you don't need to bark at him. I was getting ready to plant some garden stuff. And I got 6 old tires from Firestone. Dead tires, basically. Rubber ring type thing. And I put them out where I wanted my garden to be. And I had plowed the ground and made this little mounded area. And I put the tire down. I filled it with composted dirt and potting soil and stuff like that. Real good black stuff for growing. Packed it in the edges and everything. Had it all nice and pretty in there. And planted the tomato in the middle of the tire, which the tire then gathers the heat and keeps the tomato roots warm. So this is an established thing. My neighbor, bless her little heart, stopped to me. And she said, I hope you're going to do something to hide that tire and those tires. They're very unsightly. And I said, assuming my best southern bitch voice, oh, you bet I am. I'm going to paint them all red, white, and blue. They're going to be so pretty. She backed away as fast as if I'd put a rattlesnake in her face. By the way, I was on a service call once. I repaired computers in people's homes. Have you ever done that sort of work? You have, haven't you? I was in this one house, and the man that owned the computer, and I'm repairing this computer, and he comes in here carrying a Folgers coffee can, the big cat-size ones, and it doesn't have a lid on it either. And he's holding it by the edge, and he keeps shaking it, and he says to me, is this a rattlesnake, a baby rattlesnake in here? Do you think? It's not making a rattle sound, but oh, stay down there, you little booger. You think this is a rattlesnake? I said, excuse me a moment, and I walked out of that house, and I picked up my tools, and I walked out of the house, and I called my boss. He's waving a rattlesnake in front of my face. I'm not going to stay there and finish fixing his computer. You can just do whatever you want with it. You ever have anything like that happen to you?
Nope, but I ain't.
Oh, some people are very strange. Where was I? I was talking about the tomatoes. After that, I was talking to Mama. Mama was living with me at that time. I also had an ex-husband. Well, he wasn't an ex-husband then. I was married to him then. He's an ex-husband now. Now that I figured out I like being married to Jack better than being married to any man. It took me a while. Sometimes I'm slow.
No comment in the comment gallery.
Oh, I got talking to Mama. I said, I really would like to do something else to piss this woman off just because she's so obnoxious. You know, that happens when you get a hold of these, what are they called? Karens. Right?
Oh, damn.
Karens. So what I wanted to do, and Mama wouldn't let me, I wanted to go to the junk yard, to the dump, and find 2, 3, 5, 6 old porcelain thrones, aka toilets. And I was going to stack them one on top of the other, right in the middle of the front yard. Okay, I'm not quite a southern redneck as I'm acting, but every now and then I go there. You've heard of totem poles? I was going to make a toilet pole, and I was going to paint them, and some of them would have smiley faces on them, and maybe one with some wings stretched out at the side, with toilet paper hanging from them.
No wonder your mother said no.
You know, I've never toilet papered. I guess it's called teepeed. I've never teepeed a house.
What? You don't know what you're missing.
And I've never figured out why it's considered such a terrible thing to do.
There's the bitch to clean up.
If it rains on it, it'll dissolve it and it'll all work itself out in a couple of weeks. Right?
True. But it's unsightly.
For a couple of weeks, it's my house. Who gives a damn? Jack, what do you think? You're just shaking your head.
You know how I am about my yard.
Yes.
That's no using no cuss words.
You can ignore him, everyone. It's okay. He has issues. I planted a garden out there with some pretty flowers, and I put a cement bird bath in there, nice and pretty and very standard type, human being type thing. And someone stole the bird bath the very first night it was out there. I've had several things stolen from me through the years. That bird bath being stolen really hurt my feelings, though. It really did. That's not nice to steal things. We're supposed to treat people with courtesy and kindness. So, anyway. And I'm going to say goodbye, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rambling Through the Strange Mind of Valerie. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.